Great. So, great. Once it's 15, we're gonna start. So welcome everyone once again. This is how we're gonna do it because since it's a kind of workshop, it's more about conversation. It's more about talking. It's more about brainstorming and asking questions. It's like a discussion session. Also, in the evening, we are also going to be having this type of discussion where we could brainstorm and then understand what we are supposed to do, the strategies, and we can complement on the plan. It's like we are doing a full board plan and to have a clear map and a roadmap of how we're going to strategize. That's how the meeting in the evening is also going to function, like after the presentation. And then I think it'll be great that way. So today we are just going to clear some doubts and then show you guys the latest updates related to the map and the future updates still related to the mapping section. I think some of you watched the videos for the launching, yeah, and also some previous videos, or maybe you follow our post on LinkedIn, on EKCOLAB Analytics. You could be able to see what development we have carried out, and that's pretty much what we are doing. We are going to continue innovating. That's updating. Every year we are going to be having this type of updates, minor updates, major updates, a new version release, and so on. So we are not just going to end here, and that's the most interesting thing. We are an ever innovating platform. Yeah. So with that said, let's go straight. First of all, I'm going to try to ask Mr. Nicholas. Mr. Nicholas, thank you for joining. He's going to maybe do a demo for us by sharing his screen of his phone. And then, so Mr. Nicholas, this is the step. Of course, like you know, you have to maybe delete the application. So you're going to show it, and then you try to delete it. And then after deleting, you're going to use the link again to go to the site and then, log out of your account and do the step back and forth. Yeah, you have to remember you have to log out in your account and so on. And then you can now download the application so they can see it live working, because I don't want to show video. We have the video that you can be able to see, which I can also share, but the main thing is for you to see everything working live. Okay. I'm going to give you the access to share. So now you have the access to share, Mr. Nicholas. So Nicholas, can you get us?
Yes.
Yeah, try to share your screen. Of course, you have the access to share.
Let me share and then we see.
You are using your mobile phone, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to use my mobile phone.
Go to
I'm
the
actually using both. I'm using both a mobile phone and a device. I don't know which one you have authorized.
everyone can share. So just go to where the arrow is to share. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. Yeah. So
Yeah, is it now, okay?
go to your screen, your main screen. Yeah, that's it. We are seeing it. Great. So you can go and delete the application. Yeah, this is the icon, guys. You can see, right? This is the EKCOLAB Analytics application with other applications in his phone. Yeah, you can go ahead if you can elaborate.
Yeah, so do I have to first delete it?
Yeah, we can get you.
Yes, so that is the application that you are seeing
Yeah,
right
try to
here.
open it. Yeah, just try to
Yes,
open it.
let
Let see.
me try to open it and then we see what can load.
That's how it loads inside.
I can first log out because it's already,
Yeah, so he's gonna log out.
yeah, so that's how it loads. Let me kind of go back. Okay, so
Then you can
I
go to
just start.
delete. You
It
can go
is
to
like,
delete it and reinstall it so they can see how it's gonna be.
okay.
So you're gonna uninstall it, I mean, yeah. So uninstall it.
I long press and then
Yeah,
uninstall, right?
yeah, uninstall.
You want to uninstall this app? Yeah. So okay.
Then you go to the link.
Yeah. So the app has been uninstalled. Let me put the link. I had saved it. Let me get it from here. Zambia. Oh, my phone is loading slowly. Yes, this was the app. I had gotten it from Mr. Muka. So this is the yeah, this is the link. I tap on the link.
Yeah.
So
Once,
that's what comes out, and it's asking me to install EKCOLAB
yeah,
Analytics.
so click on install.
You see? Yeah, so click on install. As you can see, EKCOLAB Analytics. Then I install.
So it's showing installing EKCOLAB Analytics app.
Yeah, it's already in progress.
Okay, I think it's done. So you can go back. I think the icon must have already
Should,
the icon. You
should
can
be
go
done.
back.
Let me check if it is there already. And yeah, it's already here.
That's it. So you guys can see with
Yes,
yourself. Everything is there. You can open it
it's
now.
already.
See again.
So I can open it again.
Swipe
Yeah.
to next.
So
This is how it comes in. When you first install,
yes.
you see the three dots, and then you have to swipe
Yeah. So
and go to the next. Swipe,
the
swipe,
our methodology.
and then
Yeah. So I can now log in. Tap this down continue here for students or individuals. Yeah. So I can put in my credentials.
no, you have to go down. Go down, not there. That's the
Let me see. Oh, it is
go
here.
down.
I have to
Yeah.
log in surely. This login down here.
If you already have an account, so that's
Yeah, I
how.
already have an account. So this login here. So tap on that.
And then you have to come back here.
Then I put these are already my
Yeah,
credentials.
you just
They're
sign
already
in.
saved. So I
Automatically.
can sign in.
That's it. So guys, that's it. It's all his credentials. I think you can stop sharing. Thank you very much, Mr. Nicholas.
Yeah.
No, 1 minute, 1 minute. Go to the section of your projects, or just go to analyst. Click on analyst so they can see how all the analysts are going to be. Okay, so this is how the project.
That's my project. Then for the analyst,
You can see
analyst
other
is here.
people in the application. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's it. I think that's that. Probably. Thank you very much. I'm gonna be doing the sections walkthrough on the site itself, on the app. We have it on it also on the desktop. So I'm going to be showing the desktop version that's working like an app in my computer. Okay. So Mr. Nicholas, thank you for sharing. And that's what you were showing yesterday. I think he shared these different screenshots and you guys were wondering. Okay, guys. Let's thank you, Mr. Nicholas. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's Madam Chevro in the meeting. I think she was asking about this stuff yesterday.
I'm here, sir. Good
Good
morning, sir.
Good morning. Do you see how the app is working, right? Without any lags or anything. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that's pretty much what you've done. We've done a massive work over the years, and it's pretty amazing to see how it's operating, and you guys can see it live. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing my screen to let you guys see how the app's also going to be showing on like your computer. I'm going to share my screen now. 1 minute. Think. Yeah. Windows. Okay, I'm going to be sharing now. Okay, guys. So this is pretty much what we have. As you can see, it's very easy. This is how it appears on your computer. You can see the black band. It's an application. That's how it shows on your computer. It's a desktop application. It's different from how you're going to open it on Google Chrome browser or any browser. So it's going to be different. And this one shows you a clear picture of an application. That's how it's going to be displaying. You see the little icon here, and that's how it's going to display on your computers as well if you install it as an application. It's going to be the same methods to install an application. 1 minute, probably. Let me see. So I'm just gonna go back my account. Okay. Okay, so this is how it's gonna look like. So unfortunately, it's Nicholas is out. I want to stop sharing and then share my entire screen so I can show you guys how it's gonna look like, of course, like in the system itself. So I'm gonna stop sharing and then go back to my browser to open it up so we can reinstall it as it's supposed to be. So now let me share my screen again once more. I'm going to share my screen once more again. I think the entire screen will be shared. Good. I'm going to share my entire screen. Okay. Can you guys see my screen? All of my screen, right? All of my computer. Can you see?
Yes.
Yeah. Great.
Yes.
So you can see how I'm closing some apps and so on. So I'm going to log out. So it's logged out. Okay. Now let's go. Now you can click here and then you can delete. So you can click on delete, it's gonna delete it. Okay, so or let's just go to the application section. I think I can have here from my app section. I can be able to search. I'm gonna have applications here. Apps. No, it's for Microsoft install. Applications. This is it. So it's under applications. Can you see the logo? EKCOLAB Analytics. It's installed on my computer. So if I click here, it can open it. But I don't want to open it. So I want to just go and uninstall it. Probably. So you guys can see for yourself. So guys, like you see, I just click and you can see I can uninstall. This is an app, right? So we can see this is an app. So I'll uninstall it and then we go back to see how to install it and it's going to come back here. Yeah. So uninstall. So I have the different apps here. So this is EKCOLAB Analytics. Version 1. So I'm going to just click here. I think you guys need to see it full. So these are various apps here, and you can see EKCOLAB Analytics is one of the apps inside my computer, right? So I'm just gonna uninstall. Click uninstall. This app is related to info uninstall. Uninstall. So they'll ask you uninstall app and so on. With the app data, confirm and so on, blah blah blah. So I'm gonna uninstall it. Yeah, it's gone. Finally, it's gone. Okay, guys. Now I'm gonna go to my browser, Google Chrome. Okay. So on the browser now, I have this. I'm gonna reload it. Now everything is being reloaded because I have the account I created or stuff like that. It needs to be from the browser level. And now how you're gonna install the application to be like a desktop application, not working on like inside your browser. So you have to have your the link that is without logging in, and then you have, of course, like it should be like this without having anything like showing account. You have the login and the sign up. So what you're going to do is you're going to have this little icon here that will appear on your browser. You see, this little icon means to install it. This is what it means, this little icon. So if I click there, or if I hover over this icon, you can see some install EKCOLAB Analytics, right? So we can see that. And if I click on install, it's going to ask me install this app, right? So I'm going to click on install. Now, automatically, it has been installed like an app. It's with just one click. It's now like any other desktop app you have in your computer or working inside your computer right now, like I showed you the icon. And we can go back and I'm going to show you how it has appeared also on the list of my applications in my computer. I think so. Let's go back to settings. So you see, it has come back inside here. Can we see? Look through this. Okay. So that's that. I'm gonna log in. But before logging in, I'm gonna stop sharing 1 minute so I can log in. For security reasons, I'm gonna log in and then show you guys when it's already inside. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So here we go again, guys. I'm gonna reshare my screen to the application itself only. Share it. Okay, so here we have the application itself. And I'm gonna go back and let me go to dashboard. And this is the dashboard of Mr. Nicholas community. You see, this is it. And we see the water scarcity. We can now see clearly what's going on. So this is going to be telling you about the risks. He said about it yesterday. He talked about it. And also we have risks of community and environment, and then we have the overall risks here. So you see, it's control processes. So it's like it's still on the process to be able to identify the community risks. But of course, in the other screenshot he shared to you guys, it actually shows emergency. Of course, like if you complete your if any organization or student completes the work or the required amount of data collections or points, then it's going to be able to tell you the full story of the community and so on. And you have the wash infrastructures and stuff like that. So it's from his community. We have different communities here. This community, if you look at it properly, is actually in let's go to start analysis. This community is in Uganda, and these other ones, I think they're in Cameroon. But that's just to say. So you have these are the three different communities we are working on, rather some kind of projects we are doing. So you have this is Mr. Nicholas' work. So this is an organization account, just to make you guys to know. I'm working as an admin of EKCOLAB Analytics, like just to give you a full picture that's what's going to be happening with organizations that wants to have an account with EKCOLAB and they want to have an analyst and so on. So this is why we're having this workshop, so you guys should understand what's going on. So I'm operating as an admin in control of the account in EKCOLAB Analytics platform. So, for example, like EKCOLAB Analytics is an organization and has got some analysts and so on. And we are doing some projects all around, maybe Uganda, maybe in Kenya, maybe in South Africa, maybe in Liberia, in Nigeria, and so on. So this is what will happen. So these persons are going to be registered as analysts, and then they are going to be creating projects for the organization, which works like a group and a team work. This is the idea behind the innovations, making works not be like distributed and scattered, but everything is on the central center where everybody comes and understand what's going on and how we are solving problems relatedly and closely working together and making communities feel the need and supporting communities how we can do it. So this is what happens. So we have here, this project is in Uganda, created by the analyst, of course, Mr. Nicholas. And if you click on this project, you're going to be seeing how it's going to be like. Of course, this is how it opens up. And that's just to give you an example to see here, you're going to have here the country of project of Uganda, but you can also filter by analyst name. So we have the different analysts, of course, like just to give you a picture. If this organization has got 5 or 10 or 15 different analysts, the list is going to be very long. And you can select each analyst to understand how many analyses they have been able to conduct. Yeah. And that's just the functions. And also we have the different type of analysis, which are going to be coming up like that, which means that we can filter by certain analysis. And it's going to give us the different analysis category, how many there are in the organization's archives or whatsoever. So we go back. And just to say 1 second, so this one is in Cameroon, and this is like a Bulu community. We just like, of course, have no projects, so you're gonna show like that. And this is in Cameroon. I'm gonna tell you everything that's happening. And pretty much that's what it takes. But now I want to show you the future, which is very important. That's to tell you about, Mr. Nicholas said about it, tracking communities, using the map, of course, knowing what you're doing and the different points which you're working on. So, but it's still under construction, just to let you guys know, because what we want to do is going to be very amazing. So it's going to be, I think, pretty much great. So here we have here, this is the map. Now, this map display here, it displays under this community, which is what? What's the name of the community? Is Ariaga. That's in Uganda. It's going to display the map in Uganda. This map will only appear if you have done some projects. If you haven't done any project or any analysis, no, like any analysis, without any analysis, you cannot see the map. For example, I'm going to just give you one illustration. Let me go to Bulu community because we haven't done anything there. So just going to click there. We have everything is there. Now, if I click on maps, probably do some analysis to see your map. So it's not going to tell you anything. Everything is closed. That's right. So that's to tell you how far we are working, the innovation going further. So we have here, it's going to be loading the map, and it brings up the different points in the community in Uganda. Of course, this is Gulu. Mr. Nicholas said about the Ariaga community is found in Gulu. Like, I don't know, like neighborhood. I don't know how to say, but I'm not, I've gone to Uganda. Now, if I click on this map, it's going to bring out a big dashboard of the whole picture of the map. Now, let me click. So this is what happens. So it brings me a whole big picture of the map. This is actually the map sketch out of Uganda. I think Gulu Center, I don't know, probably, I don't know. Mr. Nicholas, you can come in here to tell me what's happening here. I don't know the boundaries of Uganda, or maybe this is just Gulu. Mr. Nicholas?
Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Ekole. This is Gulu, actually. It's showing us Gulu.
Yeah, this is Gulu, yeah. These boundaries are Gulu, yeah. These boundaries Gulu. So that's what we are trying to build. Because I want to be able to know. So you're going to be seeing if I'm going to be zooming in. You see what happens?
Yeah, all of this is Gulu.
Yeah, so this is Gulu. Now we can be able to track where we're having problems in communities, and we see I can do what I want to do the map. And of course, I know the areas where Mr. Nicholas worked in. As an organization, I can be able to tell what's going on at what point. This is a very special tool, which is going to help a lot in tracking and monitoring communities. As far as I'm concerned, I don't know if there's any other technology or maybe application doing this right now in the space we are working in humanitarian assistance, in humanitarian emergencies and water and environment. I don't think so, because we are thinking more community-oriented thinking. I can say we have more community-oriented thinking, local knowledge, and that's why we are building this stuff. We don't want to complicate the whole science to build something complicated that would take some people months to learn. That's why we are building this thing. It's so user-friendly, like Mr. Nicholas said. I still keep on quoting him because he said a lot of things that's going to help us. So these are the two centers. Of course, it's showing you this value here, of course, is the project, the analysis name, of course, the analysis ID. HPW is household pipe water that he did in this place. And he's going to also show you like this. So this one is a stream and a river. So this is a river point here that's going to be indicated, of course, seeing that. But we're going to be having more complex visualization just in this map alone. That's what is going to be coming, which is going to be fire. I can say it's going to be like the real big thing. It's already been under construction. What is the next update on this map future is that you're going to be also having some climate integrated interpolation in this map. So you can be able to correlate the WASH issues like water sanitation and hygiene, correlate the waste management, correlate at the same time the areas of high water stress based on the temperature, climate variability. That's what's going to be happening here. It's going to be interpolated all together. You can decide to filter. And that's why we're going to be having a filter here that's going to be giving you the different components or the different indicators that you can be able to filter. But for now, we haven't put anything yet because we are working on those components. So when you'll be able to click, you can filter water scarcity zones, and all of the area for the water scarcity zones will appear in GULU. Yeah, that's what is going to be happening. You can filter climate, high climate zones, or maybe water stress zone is going to appear in this map with the points. You can filter contaminated waters in GULU. It's going to appear automatic also with the points. I'm going to give you also highlights on the weeks and everything. So that's what we've done so far. And we are still innovating and innovating more. So thank you guys. I think probably I'm going to stop sharing right now. And also one thing, again, we're going to be having something here related to the climate that's happening like right now in your country. For example, I talked with a lady from Kenya. She said about that they're having rainfall, like heavy rains right now in Kenya. So, for example, you're going to be having something like that, displaying the Kenya temperature at the moment, immediately, like just for, like simultaneously happening at the same time. And that's just like to tell you about how it's going to be operating. But another feature that we're going to have again is the feature whereby once you click on this point, it's not going to appear just like this. That's why I say the update is coming. So when you click, you're going to be also working in the lens of not only seeing this, but as well as seeing the picture of that location automatic. So when you click this, you're going to appear with the picture and give you the statistics of that area. Each point you're clicking. So that's how it's going to be. I think that's it. I just give you a heads up because you guys are ambassadors and you have to know what's next, what the big thing, what is happening, and what we are innovating right now. Okay, guys, I think that's it. I'm done sharing. I'm just going to stop sharing my screen. Okay, great. Now we are ready for interaction. So I want to get your comments and what you think, or how do you see yourself? First of all, it's a very technical question. How do you see yourself putting this piece of work into action in your community, into helping your community in your various countries? How is it? No, how are you going to integrate it? Now, looking at the solution, first comment should be how you can be able to do this, how you can be able to help your people using such innovation, such timely work we're trying to build. Yeah. I'm going to get, so if you can contribute, I'm going to, I think maybe give the floor first to anyone that has a contribution to make or has a questions. Please, you can ask the question after the question which I've asked, which means, how do you see this working in your various countries? That's the first thing, and helping communities. So anyone, you're free to put up your hand and understand what it is. Just a few sentences you can say, and then we can have questions now. People can ask questions and so forth. And that's what we're going to do. Okay, Madam Susan, thank you very much.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, sir, for the presentation. That was good. And I think the app is a very good app because it will help us to make the community alert of the disease viruses. We'll be able to know when you're using wastewater, which are the diseases that will be upcoming even before the epidemic comes. So it makes the policymakers to be aware of what would happen, and even the community that they can take the necessary precautions. Thank you. It was very interactive.
Great. Thank you. Great. Thank you. Great. Thank you. So, Wes got some hands up. Wes has got some hands up to share into how you can elaborate on this. Yeah, okay. I don't know your name, but your name shows Zoom user. Sorry, you can say, you can speak, I think. You can speak.
Thank you, sir. I think for me, I'd say in my country, which is Malawi, it would be very helpful in the sense that, as you mentioned before yesterday, I believe, about Zambia and how it can help, identifying certain issues beforehand, especially like the cholera outbreak that you were talking about. I think Malawi, again, being a very how do I put this? We're a very poor country. So there are a lot of very rural areas and a lot of people who don't have access to very clean water. And generally, it just sounds like a very useful tool to help in those kind of situations. Maybe hopefully as well, in identifying the issues beforehand. I really do believe that it could definitely help us in a large way.
Yeah, thank you very much. So next, I think Mr. Pastor, can you say something? You have something to say or what? You can put your hand up and then we go to your questions.
Right, I can speak, but now I traveled to go to another place. The network is not good. So in the past, I think I will with the same application. And I think it is the same thing. So that is the reason why I think it is very good. So it's a good application.
Great, great. One minute. Do we have some other hand? Do we have some hands up? I don't know. I want to speak about something. Okay, so now we leave the floor for questions. Probably if you have some questions related to what we've shown, you can do that. If you have some questions, you can. Thank you, Mr. Joshua Chola. Are you from Uganda? Mr. Nicholas has a hand. Or Mr. Joshua, can you speak? We haven't heard from you. It's good to speak rather than send the chat. Let's get from Mr. Joshua probably if he can speak something. Probably he's in somewhere. I think how many hands are here? Oh, I see. From Zambia. That's okay. Yeah, I can see Susan. Madam Susan, can you? Are you still? Is your hand still up? Okay.
Yeah, my hand is still up.
Okay.
I don't know whether I'm overthinking or I'm ahead of time. I wanted to ask you. You told us that, sir, that when you are dealing with this application, it's like you're carrying a lab with your own hands. So in the conventional way of doing things in the lab, we normally do some tests. We use reagents so that you can test whether the bacteria are there, so that you can access the water risk based with the microbial analysis of that water. So I was asking, if you're using the phone as your lab, what do you use? You use data, and if you're using that data, when are we going to learn about the data and how you're going to use it so that you can confirm whether the water is at risk or what? Because we haven't yet done the actual thing. Thank you, sir.
Okay, yeah. Remember, this application doesn't only work on water. Like we showed, of course, Mr. Nicholas showed that it works on environmental waste management. It also helps you to track, because these are logic-based assessment analysis, which means you're going to be running this analysis based on some set questions, which have been evaluated, like we said, evaluated by experts to be able to This is what we call key indicators. Key indicators which actually can tell you a story, can tell you the real things happening, together with quantitative data of population, of infrastructures, of hospitals. It gives you also a real-time understanding of how many hospitals are there, how many waste sites or unauthorized, or we call it improper waste sites. It can give you also, not only that, gives you the climate variability to understand the climate change or the water stress zone, water scarcity analysis, like I think Mr. Nicholas was talking about it. What type of water scarcity we have? You saw even in the situation. That gives you a blue picture of a lot of things that is happening in that community. So that's what you have to put your mind in. Now, coming into the aspect related to the water testing, of course, there's an analysis called the water quality analysis, which means that as an expert working in the field, if you decide to carry out your water testing, it means that you must have a set number of parameters which you're testing. It could be physical parameters or chemical or maybe microbiological. So you must have this set. But of course, in the application, we are put in such a way that once you want to do this water quality analysis, you have to use a set form, which is like also the analytical form that we come out with the different types of parameters that you need, which is most commonly needed for community water testing in most local communities in Africa. That's like the basics, which means that we can do it. Now, that's also going to help, like you said, we are trying to picture a community whereby we have these components, that is different components coming into making up a whole picture of that community. So the water quality analysis is just like you have to go and do it. But the problem here is that most people or most students, they won't be able to have the resources, the technology, or maybe some kind of like opportunity to be able to have this equipment to test for water. Even some organizations don't have it. So how are you going to be able to tell this situation? So even if you don't have the money to get equipment to test for water, what then? So are you going to just see? That's just for the water sector, which you're treating in the application. We have other sections. Just imagine. So, but the water section can keep you stopped. But with the other components, you can be able to see tell if these conditions are favorable, if the water area is actually in a high state of contamination or what. You can be able to determine, even without doing this test, that's cutting off the stress of, all of these things. And you can, your result can closely, of course, tightly related to if you have, for example, a water test result. That's going to tell you that, oh, it's contaminated. Because at the end of the day, we are going to be having just one result, contaminated or not contaminated. That's just the situation here, polluted or not polluted, like for water, in the case of water sources to be able to test. But that's not all we're trying to build up here. It's far beyond that. We are building up in a community whereby we have different sectors which want to identify the waste pollution rates and other types of climate change and temperature variability in the same spot. And that's the breakthrough. We are breaking down every component into different angles. Yeah, if you can understand what I'm trying to say. So that part is there. It's an analysis which you have to select. I think, of course, if you're following up, you have to get to the video in the introduction of EKCOLAB Analytics. I think the launching video, it's on the YouTube channel, search for it. You can be able to see how we're talking about the different types of analysis that you can select. And of course, I also showed it there when I click on how to filter. Those abbreviations are the different types of analysis which you are supposed to do, which forms the components in that environment or in that community that you can be able to track and pinpoint, and then you collectively get a full interpretation of what is happening in the community without even needing to do the water quality analysis, because the water quality analysis is not the only part in that community. You can bear with me. We have waste management issues, plastic pollution. Yeah. So we have other things that are happening. So this is not what we are. EKCOLAB Analytics is a full system. We can say it's a community together in one. Yeah. I think that's that.
I can say, sir, this is perfectly explained and understandable now.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I think this is going to help other people that want to ask some questions as well. I think other guys that want to ask some questions. So somebody say I agree with Miss. People need to add also just other features. Sorry, in the field and methods. Okay, Mr. Pascal says it's in the field. So, but there's no problem. I agree. Chola, Harvey. Okay, great. I see someone commenting on the Mr. Chola's message. Okay, guys. Mr. Nicholas, thank you for your hand. You can be able to tell us.
Yes, thank you once again. Am I audible?
Yeah, perfectly.
Yes. I wanted to just add something small on the question of Madam Susan about the data. You know, the data basically is what you go and get from the field. When you have gone for the analysis, that is now the data that we use to actually do the analysis. So about the data, you have to move to the field and collect the data when you are doing the analysis. Then, secondly, to the ambassadors and all of us here, you know, in most cases within Africa, guys need, can I say, results? Because when you go to a government official, you go to somebody, a sponsor, a donor, and then you are telling them our community is having this situation, our drinking waters are dirty, our community is this and that. Without evidence, in most cases, of course, it won't work out. But with this analysis, if you have results which you are seeing at your hand within your phone, and you show them these results, I think this will be enough evidence. This will be something which will be sufficient enough to show them that really the community is at risk, and it is already a stepping stone for you to talk to anyone you meet. It is already a tool for you to convince any person you need, so that our communities are rescued from this waterborne situations, the pollution and contaminations. Yeah. So I would encourage everyone to learn how to use this, embrace this innovation, and we see how we can change the face of Africa and the entire world. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Nicholas. Great. I think Mr. Madam Susan understands perfectly, I think, after explaining this. Is there any other question? I think if there's no question, probably I think that's that for today. We are going to be meeting in the evening as well. So guys, come ready, come prepared, because we're going to be having a brainstorming session. And of course, please, I don't know, we'll be forming some groups like based on country, different groups in countries, so we can be able to have what we call breakout rooms. So we can discuss in these breakout rooms what we intend to do a little bit, like maybe just like a 3 minutes or 5 minute discussion in these rooms, like looking at what we have. I think that will be great. That's going to be like part of the session in the evening. But of course, also going to be very straightforward without any wasting of time. Yeah, so just come prepared in the evening, and then we have to start from there, and we're going to finish together. Okay, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have a great day ahead of you guys. Have a great day. Have a great day.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Thank you.